Ready to drill? Fingers crossed.
Oh my god, where is the water coming from?
It's coming straight.
Wait, this is sick. Welcome back to Travel Reimagined. I'm Jacqueline.
I'm Chase.
Today we have a very special video for you. We're going to be talking about some upgrades that we have coming up on our Brinkley G3950. Some really exciting things we have been waiting to do. If you guys have been around the block for a bit, you guys will know that we took a 30 days of boondocking last year as newbie RVers. So we had never been off the grid. We decided that we would just jump right in, go all out, and we had an absolute incredible time. However, we did notice on our system, since the generic system that comes with the Brinkley, it absolutely works for off-grid. However, there are a few minor adjustments that we really felt we could have made. So let's talk a little bit about what our current setup is and the limitations that it actually offered us. And then we're gonna talk about what we're doing next.
So our current system that came with the factory is 800 watts of solar on the roof and 200 amp hours of battery. And that was great for what we had. We made it work, luckily because we had the onboard generator.
Yes. I would say it's definitely doable if you are interested in going boondocking in a Brinkley with the current setup. Pretty much almost any RV kind of has a baseline of something. I can't say it has the same system, but it has at least enough you could boondock here and there. I would say for the amount we went, it definitely wasn't super ideal, but we did make it work like Chase said, because you can turn the generator on at night.
Every night.
So I would say our main limitations with it were, one would be the solar. We definitely were able to get a lot of solar. However, if it wasn't sunny, this was where our next problem went into. Number two was the batteries. We weren't able to store enough. So if it wasn't that sunny, the solar wasn't coming in, and we didn't have any in our reserve. So we would have to run the generator throughout the day if there was no sun. So for example, when we were in Pagosa Springs, we were on a really beautiful shaded area. It was gorgeous. However, it wasn't really great for solar.
At noon, you'd be at 100%. And by dinner, we'd be, at 30, and we'd have to run the generator.
Yeah. Plus, we also found out that we weren't able to use our microwave or some of our appliances like our washing machine off grid. And while you might be thinking,
that doesn't really make a difference,
I promise you it does.
The microwave is huge.
That's something we definitely wanted to make an adjustment on to make our lives a little bit easier as we're traveling. If you did notice, on our fourth day, we did run out of battery right away. So we were a little bit panicked. We didn't really know what we were doing. Now we're a little bit more aware and understanding of it. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and introduce our next exciting project that we're doing. We are overhauling our entire solar and battery system so we can go boondocking for real this time. So we have partnered with Go RV Solar. Lisa and Jason have been incredible. We cannot wait to introduce you guys to them and show you their awesome station down here in Florida. So the entire reason we're doing that, and like I said, we can actually go boondocking now, is we are headed out west. I know everyone's been telling us, you gotta go, you gotta go. So in very Chase and Jacqueline fashion, we decided let's go all in. We are heading out west in the fall for 12 full months. We're gonna spend 1 year boondocking. So if you guys are interested in boondocking or learning about it, or just wanna watch us screw up chaos and all the fun things that we like to do, make sure that you are subscribed to our channel or following along with us on social media so you guys can keep up. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and meet Lisa and Jason. Come on. We are in the car and finally on our way to Go RV Solar to their shop today. We are going to be finally dropping off our Brinkley, getting our inspection done, and showing you guys what the process looks like to get there, as well as what we will be doing. So stay tuned for some more details. Careful when you arrive, as some GPSs will take you to the wrong road, which happened to us. Instead, turn onto US Highway 17 and look out for the Advanced Auto Parts store. This is where you will turn onto Lake Ship Drive, and immediately after, turn right into the parking lot that is shared with the Advanced Auto Parts. Call the Go RV Solar team before you proceed so they can prepare for your arrival. Then follow the path down towards the storage facility and through the gate that you'll see on the left side of the building. Turning right and following the road around the bend until you see their blue Go RV Solar sign. You've arrived. It's time to get your RV turned on. So of course, right when we arrive, I try to get the drone out to get a couple of really great shots so you guys can see the whole facility. And lo and behold, slice my hand open. Like, oh, they say don't film when it's windy.
This is why.
That is not, what do you call it?
What are you saying?
I'm losing too much blood. Don't fight with your drone. Once we finally got the rig parked and I got my bloody hand all patched up, we were so excited to catch up with Jason and Lisa again. They're the owners of Go RV Solar, and having seen so much of their work up close, we know firsthand that when they do a project, it's always done right. But beyond just being great people, there's a reason we brought our Brinkley all the way down here. Jason and Lisa and Go RV Solar are part of the elite group. They hold 2 of the only 4 master certified inspector credentials in the entire country. Their background with their inspection business, My RV Inspection, gives them a massive advantage. They know exactly where the hidden hidden problems are before they even start. We also chose them because they operate out of a dedicated shop rather than doing mobile tech work. This is a great advantage for anyone deciding between a mobile install and a shop. Not only do they have tons of extra parts and inventory in case your rig requires any extras or changes, but the wiring is way cleaner and the precision is just on another level. Plus, Brinkley specifically recommended them for this install. They live by a standard of excellence, which means mandatory inspections both at drop-off and pickup. It's a total CYA for everyone, but it ensures your rig stays in pristine condition and any pre-existing issues are caught early. Jason and Lisa walked us through the step-by-step process and how our install will work. Then Jason said the magic words, "Let's get to demoing." We're ready for demo day!
Are you guys crazy? We just need hand tools.
Okay, now that I know we don't get to sledgehammer or anything, let's get to the actual demo day. Jason will be joined by Adam, who will be helping us do all of the demolition as well as the install. Adam and Jason will go ahead and remove any old wires, any screens we no longer need, old batteries, and so much more, including
Ready to drill? Fingers crossed.
punching a few holes in the roof. One concern a lot of people have when removing old solar panels or adjusting them is that there can be holes on the roof that could lead to water damage. I asked Jason how they combat that, and he walked me through the very simple process that actually works.
First thing we do is we use a 3M marine grade sealant adhesive. And right now we're just covering up the holes from the old panels. Once this dries, we'll go over it with some alphane. It's the same stuff that Brinkley uses. When we put our panels on, the L brackets, we once again put this below it, screw it in, and we put the alphane on the outside and around the legs. It's pretty simple. You just find the hole and we fill it. And then we're going to let this set and dry for 24 hours. Once it's done drying, then we'll come back up, we'll clean it again. We'll put the alphane on it. Shouldn't have any problems with water. This is used on boats. If it's good enough for a boat, in a lake, in the ocean, wherever, it's good enough for your roof.
Just as demo day was underway and going well, you know we had to throw in some kind of chaos. Just kidding, this was not planned. Just as Adam is screwing the underbelly back on, following all prior drill holes that were already in there to a T, an issue occurs.
There's water everywhere. So they were screwing back in the underbelly piece, and when they got there were some screws missing when we took everything out, and Chase just assumed that it must be that some were missing, fell out when we were traveling. So it turns out that those screws are missing for a reason. There is a pipe that runs straight through from the gray and black tanks down under the underbelly portion, and if you put a screw in it, guess what? Punctures straight through to the pipe that connects to the gray tank. So unfortunately, it was punctured when the screws were back in.
And I want to be very clear here. This is not Go RV Solar's fault, and this was not Brinkley's fault either. This came from a defect in the prefabricated metal strip on the underbelly that had pre-drilled holes in the wrong locations. So honestly, it meant that at some point, it was basically inevitable that we would eventually try to have put a screw in here and punctured the holes ourselves. So it happens.
So it's just going to be a simple patchwork, but Chase was more worried about getting water into the underbelly, into the subfloor, into the electrical. So we have since redirected the water outward. We are going to drain the gray tank. They have a sewer drain here, so we will get that done. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and patch up the hole and carry on. Again, no one's fault. It is what it is, but drama seems to follow us.
While the water issues go ahead and dry out, we are going to go ahead and move on to our install. We're going to be installing screens, solar panels, all the new batteries, and so much more here. We only stayed for one of the days to be able to witness this process so that we could also be surprised when we return to see the final product.
We are in the car on our way to go pick up our rig right now from Go RV Solar. So we are in the car. It's a couple of hour drive. We are going to take you guys along with us and show you everything they did. We got a couple of sneak peek pictures. It looks so good. We're really excited to show you guys. Today, we're going to be learning how everything works. We'll be making a separate video for that. So if you would like to see all the nitty gritty details, you can check out that video above. Additionally, we'll get to check out everything that gets done here as well today. So stay tuned because we'll be showing you everything and behind the scenes.
Chase, what are you most excited about that our solar and battery build has been completed and we're heading to pick it up?
It sounds lame, but I cannot wait to run the microwave off the batteries and not have to turn the generator on.
That's what you're most excited about?
I mean, in the morning when you have to heat up some food or have a little coffee, the last thing I want to do is go turn the generator on, wait for that, make sure all of your heat's off.
All right, we're here! Woo! Ah! Come on!
We can't wait to show you what we've done.
Is that our logo?
So Jason, Lisa, and Adam have done an incredible job, including their entire team, getting our whole rig ready for boondocking, and we are so excited and so grateful for them.
Overall, GoRV Solar added 2,000 watts of solar on the roof, now totaling 2,800 for the entire system. We have air conditioning micro easy starts added. We have 1,256 amp hours of battery now.
Plus new screen displays, as well as a full overhaul that covers all of this into a very compact box, so it looks beautiful and it's easy to use. Plus the pipe burst that we saw in the beginning of this episode, yeah, that has been solved. Everything is in working order again. Thank God. Now that our rig has been turned on by the Go RV Solar team, we decided to sit down with Jason and Lisa and discuss exactly what we received on our rig, how much weight it adds, and what you guys should be doing before you arrive for a solar build if this is something you're planning to do.
Jason, what makes Go RV Solar different from its competitors?
So it's our years of experience in electrical. My 20 years, Adam's 20 years. It's the master certified RV inspector thing. We can't do things without doing them the right way because we've seen so many of the horrors.
I would love for you to explain to our viewers what was the breakdown, what we added originally from our stock version to our new version.
We started out with 200 amp hours of lithium batteries, a 3,000 watt rich solar inverter that ran a sub panel. So they could run a few of the things in their RV with that. What we've replaced it with is 4 314 amp hour SOK batteries. They add up to 1,256 amp hours instead of 200. We added dual multi-plus 2 inverters, ran them in parallel. They can use up to 4,800 watts of power at one time with those two, and they can run anything inside of their RV. And then their solar, they started out with 4 200 watt panels. We added 10 more. So we have 2,800 total watts of solar on the roof to keep them charged during the day so that they can last longer off grid.
So we don't break down like our first boondocking experience.
We also added the auto gen start feature to this RV.
What does
So
that
if
do?
their batteries get to a certain state of charge, which we program in, their generator will automatically start and it will run until the batteries get to the state of charge that we set up in there. And they can change that at any time. We can also set it up for quiet hours. So at night, if batteries get down to, 10%, let's get them juiced up to about 30% just to get us through the night. Another reason you should pick Go RV Solar is the custom stuff if you look back here at this wall that we've added everything to. We did custom boxes for their wiring with logos, Travel Reimagined and Go RV Solar. We hid the batteries from them. We put vents in there that are custom made to the RV. And then we also made blank plates to go over the holes where the components we removed from interior walls go.
How much weight does each of these components actually add to our overall rig? I know that our followers are going to ask a lot about that because they've seen how much weight we've added in other aspects.
Yep. The batteries are each 65 to 67 pounds. The inverters, they're about 55 pounds. Solar panels are 26 pounds each. So we added 10 solar panels, 260 pounds. All in all, with everything we took out of the RV and what we put back in, we probably added about 600 pounds.
How does a customer decide how much solar and battery they will need for their exact rig?
So every RV user is different. Some people don't need the air conditioner. They're chasing 70 all year long. And we might not have to put as big a system in. Some people, like Chase and Jacqueline here, they want to be able to run their entire rig at one time. We can't do that, but we can run most of it at one time and for a long time.
Jason, for somebody who is interested in getting their solar and battery upgraded, how long should they expect to have their RV in and what should they be doing to prepare for it?
Well, if we're doing a full system, typically our customers come in at 9 a.m. on Monday morning. And usually we have it Friday morning, barring no issues. Just solar upgrades and smaller jobs, it might be 1-2 days. Depends on what we're doing for you.
And what should they do in advance to prepare? Cleaning out the refrigerator or what other sort of features?
Yeah, you should be cleaning out your refrigerator. Any areas we're going to work in, your personal contents need to be out of. That's important. We don't want to be touching your stuff. And the refrigerator, it's going to be off for a week. We don't want it to start stinking.
Nobody wants spoiled milk when they get home.
We are so grateful to the Go RV Solar team for taking such good care of us and our rig this time. We are so excited to get out there and enjoy life and really get to use this system. So if you guys are interested in learning about how the system actually works, what the limitations are, and what other features that we have added or some other fun surprises along the way, make sure to check out our next video where I'll be walking you guys through everything, how it works, how to use it, so you guys can go ahead and add it to your system as well. So now that we are back in our rig, we are so excited to actually get a chance to test out our unit. Since we are not heading out west until the fall, we have decided that we are going to unplug while we're at the campground and test for 1 whole week off grid to check out the system, the limitations, see how everything works. If you guys are interested in what system we put in, all the information on it, or even just working with Jason and Lisa yourselves, you guys can check out their information in the video link description below. There will be links to their page so you guys can check out exactly what we have, purchase it yourself, make your own appointments, or just browse around for fun. I've also gone ahead and linked the Go RV Solar social media pages so you can check them out there as well. Again, a huge thank you to Jason and Lisa for taking such good care of us and our rig. We cannot wait to get on the road. So if you're interested in checking this out and you guys want to see more, make sure you're subscribed to Travel Reimagined so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Travel Reimagined for more RV and life content. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Travel Reimagined!
We just turned your RV on.
Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Let's hit the road, Jack.